Mike Radich here, and I'm now joined on the phone by MMA Veteran Thomas Wildman Denny. Thomas, how are you?
I'm wonderful, man. How about yourself?
I'm doing good. Thomas, you got a fight coming up at Worldwide MMA 1 against Carl Parisian. How's training been going for the fight?
Oh, man, I just started. Today's the actual first day of camp.
You're fighting Carl Parisian. How much are you looking into his last fights? Because he hasn't looked like the old Carl Parisian. Or are you going into the fight expecting to see the best version of him ever?
Actually, I haven't even watched any of his film. I mean, I've been watching him for years. I've known him for 10 plus years. So I figured that I'm going to see the best Carl. I'm going to see the old school Carl that fought 8 years ago in the UFC and was just murdering people.
Both of you guys are very experienced. You've fought a lot of tough guys. What exactly is the key to win this fight? Is it who can outlast who? What exactly are you going in this fight thinking you have to do to get a win?
You know what? It's not even really the opponent in front of you. You know, the evolution of MMA is all about cardio. It's all about where your transition is and where you end up. So being in shape is the key to any fight now. And anybody that knows anything about my camp and about my guys, we train a heck of a lot. So we usually come in pretty prepared.
Obviously, you wouldn't have taken the fight if you thought that you couldn't beat him. Where do you see you having advantages over him in what areas of the game?
Pretty much all except for judo. I think my stand-up is better than him. I think my strength and conditioning is better than his. I think my wrestling is better than his. He's got some good judo. He's got some good throws. But like I said, it's all about the transition. It's where you end up. So is he going to throw me? Sure. But am I going to land on top of him? We'll have to wait and see.
How good does it feel to be fighting someone not named Sheldon Westcott?
Yeah, I had a whole year of that one, huh?
Right.
It feels good. That kid's super athletic, super strong, and it's just going to be nice fighting someone a little more my size. And, just excited about the fight in general.
People say that you learn a lot more from your losses than you do from your wins. What did you learn from that last fight with Sheldon?
To stay at my weight class of 155. Stay at a lightweight. I'm too small. I walk around at 74. So I pretty much once I'm in training, and I mean we fought at 65, and I woke up at 67. I cut 2 pounds for the fight. So it's just a learning experience that the evolution of MMA, along with the transitions and everything else, is like I said, strength training, conditioning. And when you have a kid who walks around 190 pounds and can cut weight and put it back on and still come in the fight, 190, 192 pounds, and all he wants to do is lay on top of you. It works.
So this fight with Carl is going to be at 155?
No, the fight's at 70, but he's a smaller 70-pounder. I think, when we were both out there a couple weeks ago, I was right at 70. I think he was at 75. So I don't think he's not a big 70-pounder, kind of like me. I think he could fight 55 too if he wanted. I actually just signed a 3-fight deal with Bellator, and I'm fighting at 155 in their organization.
Yeah, I was going to get to the Bellator fight with Rich Colanti in a second, but I'm curious, who's going to be cornering you for your fight, and who coaches you when you're in training camp? Because you have your own gym, you train a bunch of guys. Who coaches you, and who will be cornering you at the fight?
Drew Lawrence out of the Fight Factory down in Colorado Springs will be my head coach. That'll be down there. We've been training with those guys. He's been pushing me real hard. And then Josh Gavan, one of my welterweight fighters, will be in the corner as well. And then my brother, Brad Bartlett, who, him and I have basically, been us against the world our whole lives. So I left him at 14, then I took him when he was 13 and I was 18. So I pretty much, raised him from the beginning. So just having all three of them in my corner is just mentally makes for a great corner.
That same weekend, Brian Baker, who you're pretty close with, he's going to be fighting. Is it going to be hard not to be able to be with him during his fight?
Actually, Brian Baker has actually switched camps. He's no longer with us. He moved over to Jackson's for bigger and better things for him. So, mentally, we're still brothers at heart, and I'll be wishing him all the luck and be praying for him and wish him all success. But it won't be hard at all. Like I said, this is I got a little selfish for this camp, and it's been about just me.
I see. Thomas, your brother, from what I understand, he was in the Army for about 8 years. This fight is for the Wounded Warriors. How excited are you to be able to put on a show for them?
Well, that's my whole inspiration of this fight in general. I mean, when I found out, even before who my opponent was, even before anything, when I was first contacted, I found out it was for the Wounded Warriors, because my brother is a Wounded Warrior. So, that being said, I was all for it. It didn't matter who they put in front of me. It didn't matter what was going on. I just wanted to be a part of it because, obviously, it's a lot to my heart. It means a lot to me.
Last year, you only fought twice. 2010, you didn't fight at all. 2009, you fought once. You've already got 2 fights lined up right now. How many fights would you like to take this year?
If I get 3 fights in this year, that would be awesome. There's been a lot going on in my life. 3 years ago, I got a divorce. I moved out of California, moved to Colorado, started a new team. So there's been a lot going on as far as me personally. So, this year, I look at having a good year. It's been nothing but great transitions going on out here in Colorado. So I'm just really excited to just get back in the cage and compete.
You have 47 fights on your record. Is that an accurate number, or do you have more fights that maybe have not been documented? Because you've been in the game for a long time.
Yeah, I actually have a few more. The correct record would be more like 41, 16, and 1. So there's a few of them out there.
You were supposed to have a fight, I believe, in December for Tachi Palace Fights. Why didn't that fight happen?
I just was, we were transitioning from gym to gym, and it just wasn't a good time. I thought I'd have enough time to train myself and get everything going, and it just ended up not happening. So I ended up having to pull out of that fight, and I gave him plenty of notice. I just said, you wouldn't have the best time of the day, so you probably don't want that to go on. So, maybe later on and down the road we can meet up again. But if not, it's all good. They're all great guys over there, and you'll see some Team Wildman guys in there soon. So it was a real understanding.
Like I said, you've been in the game for a really long time. How have you been able to avoid the UFC?
Money.
Really?
Yeah. The big thing is I don't let anybody's coattails. Everything I've done on my own. I get paid, way more fighting in other organizations than I do at the UFC. Which, they need to market and build guys, and they like guys coming from camps, and you see some of these guys who can fight for 2 and 2, 3 and 3, 4 and 4, that type of deal. I can't. When I'm in camp, I have bills, I have family. I'm a father of 2. I run a gym. So for me to take away and be in a training camp, I have to get paid for what I'm going to do.
Was there a time maybe a couple of years ago where you could have signed with them, and for whatever reason, maybe things just didn't work out? Was there ever dialogue towards you going there?
Yeah, I'm sure I could have. I'm sure, we could have pursued it a little bit more and made something happen, but fighting for guys like the Elite XT and, Strike Force and WEC and those kind of guys, they were paying the more money. UFC was offering big money to big names, and I've never been really a big name. I've kind of been like the guy that'll take the fight on 2-3 weeks notice, that'll come fight his ass off and put on a show. So that's always kind of been my thing.
You were with King of the Cage for a really long time. Is there a possibility of you going back with them?
No, like I said, I got this Bellator contract, and I'm obviously on the downswing of my career as far as being a fighter and transitioning to coach. So I'm not really looking for a ton of fights right now. Like I said, if I fight 2-3 times this year, awesome. I'm not looking at trying to fight 10 times this year.
Is this just a one-fight deal with Bellator?
Say it again?
Is this just a one-fight deal with Bellator?
No, it's a one-fight deal with WMMA, but I signed for 3 fights with Bellator.
Okay. And Bully Beatdown, I gotta ask you, because the guy that you fought is the only guy in the history of that show to walk away with all the money. Is this stuff real?
Oh, man, I don't know, man. I don't even know what to say to that. Did it look real? Anybody that knows me, did it look like I was trying and going my hardest and trying to hurt somebody?
That's the one thing about the show that I really don't understand, is how they can just, put professional athletes in there against, just the average guy and expect the average guy to, walk away, healthy. I just don't understand it. So.
Yeah, talk to Mark Burnett about that. He's the producer of the show, and ask him that same question and see the answer he gives you.
All right. Thomas, you're 41 now. You said that you're, in that transition period from fighter.
Hold on, not 41 just yet, mister.
I got it from.
I turned 41.
I got it from the Worldwide MMA website. That's where it was on. That's where I got it from. But,
awesome.
How many more years do you think you have left in you? How's your body feeling and all that stuff?
Yeah, I feel great. I mean, I don't know. I still look at myself as being 25, 30. So I really don't feel age is a factor with me. I feel, my body's holding up great. I don't have major injuries. I still can get up and run 5 miles every day. I don't have any of the lasting effects that a lot of people do.
Are you maybe looking to pull a Randy Couture or a Dan Severn fight well into your 40s and something, or is that maybe something you're not interested in?
No, I take each day by day. Whatever God puts in front of me, I just abide. And if God wants me fighting for another 10 years, then I'll continue to fight. If the opportunities stop coming, then obviously it's time for me to hang them up. But it's kind of funny. I still get opportunities every day. I get people emailing me or texting me or asking me to still come fight. So it feels good. It feels good to be where I'm at in life right now.
Thomas, how does the fight end with Carl Parisian?
TKO, second round, my hand being raised, Carl heading to the hospital to get some stitches. Well, actually probably backstage to get some stitches.
Thomas, real quick before I let you go, do you have any sponsors you would like to thank? Anything you want to say to the fans?
Oh, for sure, man. I just want to thank all the fans for the continuing support. It's the fans are why I do this. I'd like to thank Parker, Harley Davidson, Cage Side MMA, Gamma Labs for always being there for me. All of the above. Christian Clothing for backing me and being behind me 100%. Fitness 19, Method CrossFit, all my team, all my family. Last but not least, now you guys for putting me on.
Thomas, thank you for taking the time to talk. I really appreciate it. Good luck in your upcoming fights, first with Carl Parisian and then with Rich Clemente.
Awesome. Thank you, sir.